One day, the ruler was walking in the streets of his town because he used to walk in the streets anonymously to check the situation in the city, the people's lives. He took care of the orphans, the poor people. He was very, very kind-hearted ruler at the same time that he was a very, very skillful invader in the war. Two personalities at the same time was collected inside his heart. So he saw an old lady who is carrying a water skin to take to her house. He thought to himself, this old lady might not have any husband or man to help her, and that's why she is carrying this heavy water herself. He went and told her, may I help you? And she said, yes, please, I'm so tired. And he took and carried the water to her house. And he asked the old lady, may I ask you a question? She said, yes. How's your life? She said, oh my God, my husband was killed in one of the wars that Caliph sent all the men to the war, and he was killed in the war, and now I don't have any husband, and I have a few children, orphans, and this Caliph, God curse him. He doesn't know how we are suffering. He went back himself alive, and may God judge between us and this unkind and unresponsible Caliph that we have. And the old lady didn't know that the Caliph is this man himself. He didn't say anything. He went back home, and the whole night he couldn't sleep and was so sad, and he was contemplating of what the old lady said, and he was telling to himself, why in my administration these kind of people are ignored? And the next morning, he himself prepared a basket full of meat and food and money and all the necessities that this family might need. And he himself went to the house of this old lady. He knocked the door, she opened the door, and he said, ma'am, please, here you are. These are the foods that I bring for you. And she said, oh, what a nice man you are. How dignified you are. I wish the country had more people like you. And God cares this Caliph that we had, and so he sent our husbands to the war, and he doesn't care about us. And the Caliph said, may I help you today? She said, okay, yes, why not? I'm going to bake the bread, and you can take care of my children, so I make the bread. Because those days they cooked the bread in the houses. So he came inside, he took care of the children, he played with them, make them laugh. He cooked the food, the meat himself, and he give the food to them and make them feel good and make them feel that they have a father, they have a kindly father. They were so happy. And then the old lady shouted, okay man, can you turn on that fire for me because I want to cook the bread? And he said, yes ma'am. And he went and made the fire. And when the flames were high, he made his face close to the fire and told to himself that, listen, man, this fire is a worldly fire. So taste it, so that in your administration, in your rulership, you never ignore the poor, the orphans, the widows, and you should be very, very careful about these kind of people in your kingdom. Taste this fire. This is a worldly fire, and God's fire from the God's wrath is much, much more powerful. And while he was thinking about himself while making the fire, a woman from the neighbors heard the voice of this old lady talking to a man, and she was curious what's happening. She had a look inside and saw there's a man inside their house, and the man is the Caliph. The neighbor, the woman, came inside their house and asked the old lady, do you know who is this man in your house? And she said, no, I don't know, but he is a very nice guy. He helped me a lot. Since the morning he has helped me a lot. He brings food for me and all that. And she said, of course you don't know. Otherwise you wouldn't ask him to be your servant. And she said, how come? I don't know him. She said, he is the ruler of our whole emperor. He is the Caliph. His name is Ali, the son of Abi Talib. He is the conqueror of all wars. He is the man who is bestowed the title of non-escaping warrior, and you ask this man to be your servant. Oh my God, what you have done. The old lady, the poor lady, was shaking, and she ran to the Caliph and said, "Oh Caliph, please forgive me. I didn't know you are the Caliph. I complained about you, I judged you, I even cursed you in front of your face. And now I'm so ashamed, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Caliph, please forgive me." So if it was any other dictator of the king, he would say, "Go away, how impolite you are, how bad you are that you judge me, see how nice person I am." But no, the Caliph said, "No ma'am, old lady, you please forgive me because I didn't take care of you and the people like you to the point that is actually needed." And this man is a really unique man in the whole history of humanity. When you will listen to the other stories of how he behaved in the war with the enemy, with the people who didn't like him, with the people who killed his wife, then you will realize that, oh my God, this man is impossible to not love him. Whoever who listens to these stories, they might break themselves to cry and to tears and tell to themselves that how a human can have so high levels of spirituality, high levels of morality, be the, as he himself mentions, be the prayer at the night and the lions and the warriors in the daytime. Follow his stories in my channel. Thank you very much. Bye for now.